Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to Wingate Solutions. I hope you're doing well. I'm out in the woods today doing some training, so I figured I'd bring you guys a couple videos from this. I'm going to break it up into a few training sessions. So I just did a cold start drill for you guys a few minutes before this, which will probably come out before this video. So if you didn't, go ahead and check out my last video on cold starts. I did the man card drill, and due to that cold start, I actually failed one portion of the drill, and that was the high ready with the rifle. So for this video, I'm going to take a few minutes and work on high ready presentations with the rifle. So that's kind of what your cold start should be the point of your cold start drills, is to see where you are on demand for your skill, but then also see where your inefficiencies are for that day, and then spend a few minutes and work on those things. That's kind of the whole point of doing a cold start, right? So now I'm going to work on that skill, do that for a few minutes, then I'll move on to something else. I may make this a shorter video and kind of break it up into a few, like I said, and go from there, just so I can make my time a little more efficient for you guys. We're running one of my SPRs today. You guys know I like to run like 2 to 10 with piggyback setups, so that's what I'm doing. I still like to keep my rifles fairly simple, even though this is a little bit more of a chunky setup. If you guys haven't watched my capability versus complexity video, go ahead and check that out. But I explain a little bit to you guys about how find what works for you, find what you need, and then don't just build something just because it's cool. Make sure it's actually something you want and it actually fits into your use case. So for me, I like these type of rifles because they work well for me, because I put the time in on them, and I have found over the years it's kind of something that I like to run. I like to have a magnified optic, whether it's like a prism or a 2.5 to 10 or an LPVO. And I like to have the ability to have some kind of top dot for heads up shooting, especially when I'm running something with a higher low end magnification. When I say higher, I mean like anything over 1x. This is a 2.5x. So I don't want to only have 2.5x as my only aiming solution in the low end. I like having some kind of 1x dot, whether that's just for heads up shooting or if it's for passive aiming under nods. I like that. So I'm also running the Leupold Mark IV HD 2.5 to 10. I will be doing a review on this at some point, but I'm still in the initial phases of it. I absolutely love it so far. I got this after watching C-Does. That's C_DOES, I believe, on YouTube. If you don't watch his videos, you should, especially if you're in the market for scopes or optics. If I'm going to get something, I first see if he has a review on it, because he's one of the better optics reviewers on YouTube. Good dude. But he said really good things about this optic, which kind of draw my attention to it, and I picked one up. So far, I love it. Has a little bit of a dated reticle, the TMR reticle. That's kind of one of the Leupold's problems, is they don't really come out with that many new reticle designs that guys want, but the TMR still gets the job done in this optic package. And for what I'm using it for, more of like a general purpose 2.5 to 10, it works really well. Still gives me the ability to have holds, like mill holds, but there's no windage or Christmas tree feature on this at all, which would be cool. It'd be cool if it had some kind of more refined aiming center, kind of like I think it's the CMR from them. I think Leupold makes a CMR, something with a C. That reticle is amazing. If they put it in this optic, I think it'd be like perfect. Anyway, I'm running that, and then I have a Vortex Spark Solar on top. Really like these little dots. Check Palmetto State Armory if you want a good deal on one, because these are a little bit pricier. They're not in like the aim point category. They're like a mid tier. They're a little pricier, but Palmetto State Armory will have them from like 150 to 160 bucks from time to time. That is a steal in my opinion. I like them for the price. It's just a micro like T1, T2 footprint dot, which is what I'm starting to really like as a piggyback solution. The pistol type dots, the open emitters and the small closed emitters are cool. I find myself really liking just that extra, ounce or two, if that, but to have the T2 style, because it's just rugged and proven. I like having those as a piggyback solution. And I'm running a Co mount. So this is their direct Night Force mount. Awesome. I don't know if this 30mm one is officially out yet. I kind of got a pre-production model from them, paid for it. They didn't send it to me for free or anything like that, but those guys are awesome. They've been a supporter of me since I started the channel. They're just really supportive guys. I like Co a lot. They have a lot of cool products that like other people aren't coming out with, especially for mounts that don't have like the aftermarket support. Those are the guys. If you have a Night Force or like a Leupold mount, something like that, and you want a piggyback solution, go check out Co. They're awesome. this is right now my favorite setup. That's a Night Force mount with their direct micro footprint mount. To me, it's like the best. I don't see how anything could come out that would top that for me. Maybe I'm biased, but I think this is kind of perfect. I kind of found my sweet spot, and it's probably what I'm going to slowly transition my other optic setups to, because I like to stay consistent. I like to have like one setup I really like and then stay consistent for that. Anyway, I know I'm kind of talking a lot. A little bit of a chunky build I'm going to run in. If you guys don't know, I have a sling company, Wingate Solutions LLC. We have sling retention straps we use for stowing the rifle sling on the rifle. If you guys want to check them out or support us that way, go over and see, link down in the description. But I'm going to get this thing set up. I'll go eyes and ears, and I'm just going to work on some reps. Actually, yeah, let me throw these on before I forget. All right, is my mic still working? Yeah, cool. It sucks if I like film a whole video and then realize my mic wasn't working the whole time. And I'm like, oh, dummy. Amateur hour, right? So don't mind me if I like stare in the camera for a minute just to check, see my reflection, see if it's working. But all right, I'm going to go right from 25. I'm going to work on those high readies, trying to stay under 1 second just for that standard for me, trying to then beat that man card drill later on. So anyway, low ready or high ready, it's going to be, instead of the stock being connected to your body or in your shoulder, it's actually going to be below your shoulder in your armpit area. Muzzle is up, so you're looking over the optic, over the muzzle, that sort of thing. Where specifically it is, it's kind of dependent on context. Like if I was working around my buddies, I might have more of a vertical muzzle up. For the context of this, it's just kind of looking over top of the gun, kind of as you guys see. It's kind of dependent on how you want to do it. Well, I'm just going to do it just like this. Hit the timer, have it on delay, and just do one round. See where I'm at. Also, I got to do a update review soon because I've had it now for a while. Actually, I have two of them. The Roscoe K9 barrel, the barrel and hatchet series barrel that I have, the 16-inch with the intermediate gas system. I did like an initial accuracy test video on that barrel last winter. Since then, I've had a lot of training time on it. I'm absolutely loving it so far. It is a heavier barrel, but it's running great for me. You find some ammo that it really likes, and it's a tack driver. It runs fantastically with a can on the front of it. So something you guys might want to consider. I'll do a formal review at some point. All right, high ready with the rifle. One round, shooting for that under a second time. But if I start missing or if I'm not getting it, I'll slow down and just work on my like efficiency of movement. But I'm just going to start seeing if I can get it under that 1 second. Felt like just over 1.03. So same problem I was having earlier. Let's keep that up. Okay, dot was a little low on the steel, but I got it, 0.93. Okay, not my best presentation, 1.02. Okay, that was a 0.89. That one was pretty smooth. Definitely not something I practice enough. Okay, that was a 1.11. Do a few more. That was a miss, bad presentation for a 1.05. Oop, it did not catch that one. I guess my can didn't pick it up with the can. Try that again. .91, take that. And it didn't get that one again. That's kind of weird. It's been fine today. Sandman K can on this, so it's really not that quiet. It usually does pick it up. That's all right. Still working on the motions. 0.92. So now, obviously, I'm doing a lot of reps, so I'm starting to kind of polish the skill. In order to do it on demand and have this be something I'm really efficient at, I'd have to do a lot more reps of it. This is absolutely something I could just be doing dry too. It just wouldn't be as fun for you guys to watch. But if I wanted just to get the reps, like one round at the high ready with a rifle, there's no like recoil management involved because it's just one round. So you can just do it dry. You're just going to either have to set your timer to be super sensitive, or you're just not going to know the actual time you're having, which is fine. You can just do like 100 reps dry, and then do a few reps live and kind of see where you're at. That's what I'd recommend if you guys are training on a budget. I'm just kind of doing it live because it's just a few rounds, and I want you guys to at least have something entertaining to watch. As much as this can be entertaining, I'm not really sure, but all right, let's do it again. .88. All right, I'm figuring it out. I'm gonna do a couple from the low ready now, so stock in the shoulder just to get a few reps of that. A little high on the target, but a .89. .91, okay. And I'm going to do a few more from the high ready. I'm actually going to try to use the optic, the 2.5 to 10. So I'll see if I can get under a second with that. That might be a little challenging, but let's do it. Just over the left shoulder for 1.05. I'm out. And a 110. So that's something that I would definitely need more work. I like using that top dot for almost all of my closer up aiming solutions. I like to shoot with that top dot. I've gotten used to it. If you aren't a big guy, like I'm a bigger guy, so it works out really well for me. If you're like a smaller guy, you might not like the top dot. Don't put one on your gun just because all the cool kids are doing it. Make sure it actually works for you. But at the same time, give it a chance if you guys are trying it out. It takes a little bit to grow on you. You need to do a lot of reps of kind of changing up your shoulder / cheek weld to kind of get used to it. I really like running it, but it did take me a little bit of time. I've also had one now for, I don't know, I've been running them for probably close to 5 years now. So I got a little bit of time on them. So if you don't, give it a chance before you knock on it. Anyway, if you guys like this content, please consider subscribing, hit that thumbs up, like bell, comment down below, share with your buddies, all that cool stuff. If you want to support us in any other way, check out our website, wingatesolutionsllc.com, and check out our Instagram at Wingate Solutions. All right, guys, I appreciate you watching. Till next time, get out and train.